In news just coming in, the government of India is in fact getting cracking on tougher adoption laws after the tragic death of 3-year-old Sharon Matthews. Sharon was adopted from India, taken to the US, and negligence on the part of her adopted father ended up taking her life. Now, India's Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj has said that passports for adopted children will first need the go-ahead from the Child Development Ministry. Swaraj tweeted, and I quote, "After baby Saraswati, that is Sharon Matthews' case, we have taken a decision that passports for adopted children will be issued only with prior clearance by Ministry of Child Development in all cases." Remember, Sharon Matthews was adopted from an orphanage in India last year and taken to the US. Police in Texas and Houston say that Sharon choked while drinking milk and died. Her adopted father tried to get rid of her and lied to the police to claim that she had gone missing. And joining us now is my colleague Aisha Sindhu. Aisha, there are a lot of rules in place already for adoption from parents overseas, including follow-ups and visits, which doesn't always happen. So how hopeful should we be that with the ministry adding another clause, cases like Sharon Matthews will not be repeated?
Well, that's the big question, Palki, and definitely the guidelines of the adoption procedures have been tightened up in the last few years. Prior to that, there were even more loopholes, if it's even possible, when it came to overseas adoptions. Now, the experts that we've spoken to have said that the problem is quite clearly implementation, that after the child leaves from India, even though India's missions in different parts of the world are supposed to be involved in every step of the process, a lot of it depends on how far these families are from the missions, the kind of procedures that can be put in place, also the laws of the new country where the child moves to. Now, with this added clause of passports only being issued by the Child Development Ministry, it only says that perhaps the process at the very start will be fixed. Now, as far as Sharon Matthews' case goes, we know for a fact that the orphanage and the NGO that was involved in her adoption procedure, it's based in Nalanda in Bihar. It has already been under the scanner. It's already been questioned over its procedures, over the lack of paperwork in other cases. And the district magistrate has now said that if there are any sort of loopholes that are found as far as Sharon Matthews' case goes, this adoption center will be shut down. So perhaps with this new clause, there might be a further looking into the systems of adoption even before the child leaves the country.